Hey there everybody, this is Daniel. This video is sponsored by Helver for Cardboard and also KC Building Things. Today we're opening half a box of Unstable. It's part 1 of 2. Casey will be filming part 2, so make sure you are ready for that. So this set's pretty exciting. The lands are amazing. The drafting is crazy. So let's get started. If you haven't drafted this yet, well, here are all the commons. Box of free-range goblins. Best draft card. You actually roll a 6-sided die. Create a number of 1/1 red goblins creature tokens equal to the result. Drafting red-blue dice rolling is actually a thing, surprisingly. So let's get through all this stuff. The uncommons are really boring. The rare split screen. Split screen enters the battlefield, shuffle your library, and deal it into 4 libraries. If anything refers to your library, choose one of those libraries for it. Play with your library's top card revealed. When split screen leaves the battlefield, shuffle your libraries together. So, it seems like a really interesting mechanic. I don't know how you could apply it to draft, but it definitely makes Unstable pretty exciting. And there you go. That's why everybody is opening these packs. These gorgeous lands. If it would focus at some point. Alright, it's not going to focus, but it's one of those full art mountains. Really exciting, really exciting. They're actually pretty up there right now. The most expensive one being the the island, sorry. Plane is the cheapest one, of course. So we're in pack 2. Blurry Beeble, 1 blue. Blurry, this creature can be blocked only if the defending player was wearing glasses as it was cast. Whenever Blurry Beeble deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. We were drafting this the other day, and let me get it on there for you. And people were actually counting how many people had glasses before they even drafted this, which is really funny. And since most of us are playing Magic the Gathering, most of us actually have glasses, so this card's really not that good. Let's go through all the commons again. There's another common Hazmat Suit, used. That was very fun to draft. 1 black, 3. Enchant creature gets +2/+1 and menace. Whenever a player's skin or fingernail touches the enchanted creature, that player loses 2 life. My opponent drafted this against me, and it turned out that he accidentally touched his card a lot more than he should have. He eventually just started using his deck to kind of fidget around and try to tap the creature and untap it. Let's see what we get for our rare. Our rare is Clocknapper. Double blue, 3. Creature human spy. When Clocknapper enters the battlefield, choose a beginning phase, pre-combat phase, combat phase, post-combat phase, ending phase. Steal that phase from target player during his or her turn. 5 mana 2/2, really not that strong, but the ability is really good. And see what we get for our land. Of course, planes. Like I said, planes are going for about $1.43 a piece. And here are some other cards and the tokens. The tokens are absolutely gorgeous. My favorite is definitely the Goblin token and the Stormcrow token. Let's go pack number 3 over here. Let's see. I'll go through all these commons, the uncommons, foil, and here's our rare Angelic Robot, 8 colorless. It's one of those host creatures. Flying. You may destroy target non-land permanent. It's 4/4. So you get one of the other parts of it. Let's see if I have one here. The Robo. You actually meld them together and they gain ability. So at the beginning of each end step, if an artifact enters the battlefield under your controller's turn, you may destroy target non-land permanent. It's actually pretty strong when you put them together. Some of them really aren't that good when they're not together. So it's one of those drafts things. If you draft this archetype, you definitely have to draft a lot of those. And our land is the Forests. Who knew we'd be opening packs up for lands, huh? Here you go. The Brainiac token. Not my favorite token. Let's see. Hoping to pull a foil land here. Those foil lands are pretty expensive. Go through the commons. Rare. Ooh, looks like we got an island, folks. Infallible Blessing. As Infallible Blessing enters the battlefield, choose a number. Whenever a creature with exactly that chosen number of words in the name enters the battlefield, under your control, draw a card. 1 green, 1. Definitely interesting. Might actually see you some play in EDH, because all these cards are EDH legal till January 15th. And I'm thinking, they might actually let us keep some of these cards. There's my island. It's like $3 and some change. Ooh, a foil rare. Kindslaver. 5 colorless, legendary artifact. 5, tap. Sacrifice Kindslaver. A person Outside the game, controls target player during their player's next turn. Neither player may advise that player until the end of the turn. So you don't have to pick somebody who's actually playing Magic. You actually just pick somebody who's actually willing to help you out. So they don't even have to know how to play Magic, which definitely makes unstable drafting a lot more fun. Ooh, really nice rogue token. Good art, good art. Like I said, I really like drafting red-blue dice. I think it's very interesting. You get a lot of chances to reroll the dice. I've seen some people draft, just draft a bunch of crazy stuff. That's what Unstable is all about. Let's get through all these commons. If you want to read these commons, buy a box yourself. It's a great price for a box right now, and the lands definitely make it worth it. And our rare is Jack Knight. 1 white, 1 artifact creature, Cyborg Knight. Interesting. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Jack Knight. If that artifact is a contraption, Jack Knight gains lifelink at the end of turn. Doesn't seem like that good of a rare. Ooh, there's flames. It doesn't seem like that good of a rare. Really not that exciting. I wouldn't draft it. There's a spirit token. Also, the token's double-sided full art, which is... They should have done this for FNM. Not what they were giving out before the Dinosaur and Pirate. This should have been our FNM token. Like if you agree. Let's give Wizards something to think about. On to another pack. Still hoping to get a foil Urza, foil Island, foil cryptic, very cryptic commands. Those are very interesting. It's like 6 of those. Skip through these commons, blah blah blah. And here's our rare. Oh man, it's a wall of text over here. Modular Monstrosity, 7. Artifact creature construct. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you have 5 seconds to choose a keyword. If you haven't chosen for a card named Modular Monstrosity today, that's been printed on a creature card. If you do, Modular Monstrosity gains the ability, otherwise Modular Monstrosity loses all keyword abilities. Basically, if you drafted more than once today, you can't pick the same keyword. So that's kind of a weird thing to keep track of, but I guess it makes it more fun. I mean, if you're playing multi-rounds, you really can't take any other keywords, so it's very interesting. 7 mana, 33, doesn't seem that great. Forest for our land. And a foil gnome. Interesting. I'm really surprised with some of the token choices. Some of them are really good. I like the Blue Thopters. I like the Stormcrow a lot. Other ones were kind of weird, but it's Wizards, they do what they want, right? Let's go through the commons. Boring. Squirrels are actually... I'm very happy they brought squirrels in for Unstable. Maybe Squirrel Commander is possible. Our rare is Over My Dead Bodies, double black 4. Look at that art. It's great. Let's see. Enchantment. Creature cards in graveyards can attack and block as though they were on the battlefield. Can block or be blocked only by creatures cards in their graveyards, are zombies in addition to their other types, and they have Undeath Touch. So Undeath Touch is if they would deal damage to a creature card, exile that creature card instead. Creature cards in your graveyard have haste. That's insane. That's very interesting. The exile clause definitely stops a lot of graveyard shenanigans in Commander. Not too sure about Unstable. Island, pretty good on lands, and a construct token. Let's see. I play Modern. I don't really do too much Commander, so I know exactly where these lands are going. So it's really fun. A lot of people are drafting this for the lands, so heck, Wizard made a good choice putting these lands in here. Commons, uncommons, rare. Ooh, Urza, Academy Headmaster. Non-foil, but white, blue, black, red, green. +1. You actually have to go online to do the pluses, the minuses, and just the ultimates in general. It's actually very interesting. It's a mix of all the Planeswalker's abilities. So the other day I went online and clicked the -6, and it was a Jace alt. It was pretty funny. So very interesting. Very hard to draft. I've seen a lot of people try to draft this, and they just weren't able to pull it into their pool. So keep that over here. We got a swamp. Some stuff over here. The contraptions are very interesting, and the gold dragon. Only one thing makes this dragons. They're pretty cool. They're really nice to keep too. The contraptions, I really enjoyed them in the draft. They definitely made they definitely had a good power level for sure, because you can only get them once every 3 turns instead of every turn, and you can stack them however you like. Ooh, open this one backwards. Got a young Pyromancer token. So, like I said, yeah, they were really fun. Contraptions are really fun to draft. That's also an archetype you could draft in this. Definitely makes the game unique and longer games better for contraptions. Our rare is Oddly Uneven, double white 3, sorcery, choose one, destroy each creature with an odd number of words in its name. Destroy each creature with an even number of words in its name. That's very interesting. I can actually see this seeing Commander play. It's a very interesting card. The art is pretty funny. So, got Swamp. I really hope that they actually allow these cards, Elemental Token for Young Pyromancer. I'm really hoping that they do allow these cards to stay in Commander for a while. Obviously, if you're more a competitive Commander player, you don't have to play the cards, but if, you should have at least one fun Commander deck. I did play a mono black Sheoldred, the anti-fun deck. So let's see some commons. So best uncommon right here. You collect these as many as you can. So our rare is Hydrodoodle, double X, double green. Hydrodoodle enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die. Hydrodoodle enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the total of those results. Reach and trample. It's one of those die effects that that's really popular in Unstable. I prefer to go red-green draft, or red-blue drafting, but I guess you could go teamer, red-blue-green. Got a forest for our land, and a zombie token. Look at the back. It's awesome. Let's see. Oh, we're almost done with our half. Saying my name is Daniel, and Casey will be opening the other side. It's his box, so he gets to keep all these valuable lands. So I'm pretty jealous. So here's some commons. Nothing great, nothing to write home about. And here's a rare 3-headed goblin. Triple strike, double red 3/3/3. That's all it is. It's okay. The power level in this Unstable seems to be really shifted towards the late game, which is really good. Which means games can't end before they start, unless you mulligan a 5. There's an island. Cool. Look at these. Let's actually look at these contraptions. Buzzy Buggy. Whenever you crank Buzzy Buggy, target creature gains +2/+0 and gains trample at end of turn. And Unsufferable Siphon. Whenever you crank Unsufferable Siphon, target player discards a card. These cards aren't really. These ones aren't the best, but I have seen some pretty good contraptions. There's one that gives it +3/+3 and flying, which is really broken late game when you have a 1/1 token. Let's see. Let's open this up. This one's really interesting to open. Sometimes these packs don't want to work with you. Here are some commons. Skip all these uncommons. Oh, accidentally skipped a rare. Everything Majig. Just reading these is insane sometimes, especially when you're drafting this for the first time. There's a lot of wait time trying to figure out what card what does what. Everything Majig. 5 mana, artifact, rare. 2 tap it, draw a card, activate its ability only if you have no cards in hand. 8 tap it, you gain 10 life. 4 tap it, sacrifice everything Majig. You may put a silver bordered permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. This will see Commander play. It is a very powerful card, especially for those life gain Commander decks. Keep it rare here, got some swamps. 2 more contraptions and the foil angel token. That's amazing. That art is phenomenal. They did a great job with art for this set, 100%. Look at these contraptions. Dispatch Dispensary. Whenever you crank Dispatch Dispensary, create a 2/2 black rogue creature token with Menace. Similar to Vraska's +1. And Auto Key. Whenever you crank Auto Key until end of turn, target creature becomes an artifact in addition to its other creature types. It gains tap it, you gain 3 life. Life gain doesn't seem to be too prevalent in this. But it's definitely relevant for sure. If you draft any life gain, if you find any life gain in your packs, I would draft it. Like I said, a lot of these decks are going to go long games, so you definitely need the life to outpace your opponent. There's a Shaggy Camel. Keep going through all these commons. I really like how they included regular animals in this, and then just added a bunch of silly effects. Commons are rare is Earl of Squirrel. It's actually a promo you get for drafting, so you can always ask your LGS about that if you draft Unstable. Double green 4. Squirrel Link. Damage dealt by this creature also causes you to create that many +1/+1 green squirrel creature tokens. Creature tokens you control are squirrels in addition to the other types. Other squirrels you control get +1/+1. It's a 4/4. It's definitely a pick 100%. Because all your creatures are squirrels, so it's a lord for everything. Unfortunately, it's not legendary, so you can't make it a commander, which they really messed out on that opportunity. And finally, here's a mountain. We only got a couple of those. Really enjoyed the art on those. And a Thopter. This is the blue Thopter I was talking about for tokens. Definitely really nice art. If it would let me focus, there you go. It's amazing art. Yeah, a lot of people that aren't competitive are still opening this product. It's a great product to open just for the tokens and lands, if anything. So if you're super competitive, this product's still great to open. Let's look at some of these guys. Ooh, foil. Here's a rare X. 1 black, 1 blue, legendary creature, human spy. As long as X is in X owner's opponent's hand, X owner may cast X and activate X's ability. That opponent can cast X and play with his or her hand reveal. Blue, black, tap it, put X in target opponent's hand. 3 blue X, you may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost. This card, you see it, you play it, you immediately put it into your opponent's hand. It actually becomes a very interesting game trying to get this back into your opponent's hand. They're trying to get into each other's hands so you can just keep casting stuff. It gets pretty crazy. That's why they made it a rare. If this was uncommon, it'd be crazy. Here's a swamp. Here's some quick stick lick trick. That's definitely a very interesting card. I'm not even gonna read what it does. The art speaks for itself. Stormcrow token. Get those if you can. The best card. Only 4 packs left. But remember, it's only half a box. So the other half Casey has, and hopefully he hits the foil island before I do. Let's go through all these. And there's a rare hot fix. 4 white, blue sorcery. You have 10 seconds to look at and rearrange the cards in your library. At the end of those 10 seconds, if you are touching one or more of those cards, shuffle your library. So you have 10 seconds to basically stack your deck. And if you don't, you have to reshuffle it. So at worst, it's a shuffling effect. At best, you can actually win the game if you know what you're stacking up. Mountain, foil contraption, and a foil fairy. The foil, I love the full art foils in this set. Hopefully Wizards is actually using this as a test set to see how full art foils really look in future sets. I can definitely see us having full art foils in the next couple standard sets. Down to 3 more packs. Get past the commons, uncommons, rare, another X. You know what this does. Man, that would have been really interesting to pull those last 3 packs in the draft. You'd be playing black-blue immediately. Planes. And some contraptions and a goat. Really funny art on this goat. If it would focus. There you go. Oh, it won't focus, so. Let's see. Yeah, there are very few designated archetypes in this draft. Like I said, dice. Putting the creatures together, creating tokens. I'd say those are probably the stronger ones. I drafted Brainiac too, last 2 drafts ago, which is you can tap double red or double black and 2, and roll a dice and create that many Brainiacs, and tap 3 Brainiacs to roll 2 dice and next time you roll a die, which is a very powerful effect. Ended up making like 12 Brainiacs in 1 turn. Let's see, Stormcrow, a rare handy dandy clone machine. I actually drafted this for fun and was never able to play it. 3 mana, 2 tap, create a 2/2 colorless homunculus creature token. It must be represented by a unique hand, 2 fingers at all times, or it ceases to exist. So basically, if you do this by yourself, it's at least a 2/2. If you have friends, you can actually have your friends participate in the draft and just create a whole bunch of 2/2s. It's really funny. Forest and a clue token. Our last pack, no foil lands. Hopefully our friend Casey, who gave me the luxury of being able to open half this box, will get that foil land that everybody's chasing after. Go through all this, get to our rare. There it is, the big idea. This is the card I was talking about. 4 double red, legendary creature, Brainiac villain. 2 double red or double black, or any combination of. Tap. Roll a 6-sided die, create a number of 1/1 red Brainiac creature tokens equal to the result. Tap 3 untapped Brainiacs you control. The next time you would roll a 6-sided die. Instead, roll 2 6-sided die and use the total of those results. So this can get out of hand very fast. It's definitely one of those late game bombs. This would be pick one for me right off the bat. It's just too good to pass up. I love this card. And we get a nice island. Get some more contraptions and an elemental token. Same art. They could have done something different, but it's still good. It looks great. Well, this is the end of my half of the box. Everybody's drafting the set opening packs for these lands. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. Very, very impressive. The artist, John Avon, did a great job on this. Well, this is Daniel from Hellbent for Cardboard on KC Building Things. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time.